It may be months or even years before some schools on the islands of Abaco and Grand Bahama are fully operational again in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian. On Monday, Education Director Marcellus Taylor, who is fresh off a damage assessment to the islands, gave our LaDon Davis an update on restoration and rebuilding efforts.
Education officials conducting an extensive tour of the damage to public schools in Abaco and Freeport left by the wrath of Hurricane Dorian. The strongest storm to hit the northern Bahamas served a major setback for students and teachers at schools on those islands. Education Director Marcellus Taylor says while preparations are being made to make schools in Freeport conducive for learning, it could take a while before classes resume in central Abaco.
The east of Grand Bahama for us is not available at all. The school in Sweetenski and schools in High Rock and McLeanstown, and we have another one in the east end. Those schools are not available at all. However, the good news is that the schools in Freeport City and west of it, all the way to West End, appear to all be at some level of preparedness to receive students. We're confident that perhaps by next week we'll be able to get most of them in an occupiable state. Now that is of concern to us is just potable water. In terms of, there's one school, I think it's called Hugh Campbell, which would probably be delayed a bit more than all the others. Part of Abaco, where there are some schools that have already been meeting, in Crossing Rocks and Cherokee Sound, and we believe that the school in Sandy Point should be operable very soon. Students have been meeting with teachers in Moores Island as well. In the north, there is some sense that we might be able to get the school in Foxtown going in a couple of weeks, if not before. But the big problem is central Abaco.
Taylor says the Ministry of Education always had in place an employer's assistance program designed to provide guidance, aid, and counseling services for teachers in distress.
We made an appeal, and the government has answered in part so far for financial assistance in the way of salary advances, which are basically interest-free loans, and then also perhaps some other compensatory measures to assist teachers with getting restarted. We have redeployed teachers to various schools. Some are in the family islands, so we tried our best to accommodate them on those family islands because they, already have housing and it's much easier for them to transition, so that's fine. So to the extent that we could accommodate them on islands where they evacuated, we've made every effort to do that.
Last week, Queens College was one of many schools that publicly announced that it accepted several displaced students from the Abacos and Freeport. The education director says he is pleased to see that displaced students are getting a good quality education, not only in public but private schools. He credits the student registration process for this kind gesture.
There are some private schools that have taken in students. Some of them have even informed us of their numbers, but I don't have a global figure simply because we don't know where all of them might be. There might be about maybe 3,000 or so displaced students in New Providence, but we wouldn't really know the exact number or even a good estimate until that process is unfolded. We've gone on that process a little bit more than a week. And we plan to run for basically a month.
LaDon Davis, ZNS Network News.